Hello, I'm Wendy Williams, and this is the Lancaster Outlook. The face of downtown is changing, and it's getting more than just a lift. Deputy City Manager Jason Caudle has been busy at work getting ready for Phase 2 of Lancaster's downtown revitalization. Phase 2 is construction, but Phase 1, we have been really working hard. Tell us what Phase 1 is.
Absolutely. Phase 1 was the specific plan that was approved for the downtown. Talks about parking, land use, form-based codes, some other issues, that kind of the bigger picture of the downtown. Phase 2, of course, is getting into the nitty-gritty and actually building what that Phase 1 has identified.
Huge amount of community input here. How did you go about organizing it so that the community really felt that you heard them?
Right. Phase 1 was a community-wide process which took about a year to produce, create, and then eventually got approved by the City Council in a public process. Phase 2 is the detailed component of that, which is going to include public comment as well, but the bulk of the public comment came as part of that initial study. The next, as we talk about details, selection of benches, lights, other things like that, the community will be involved, but not to the grand extent they were originally. We've broken up into 4 committees, actually, to get public involvement, staff involvement, residential involvement throughout the downtown area. And the 4 committees are design, promotion, economic restructuring, and organization. And each 4 of those committees have an intricate component of the implementation of that downtown specific plan.
So push me forward 10 years into the future. You have an idea of what we're going to be looking at? Any idea? Or is that still too preliminary?
Well, 10 years in the future, we hope to create downtown as a lifestyle center to a certain extent, where the cultural activities of Lancaster can happen, the concerts, the farmers markets, the place where you can walk, stroll, see the sights, go to the LPAC, go to our museum that's being built, do those things that a community binds itself, the community core to an extent. When we go visit places, we think of where we visit normally. It's the downtowns of the communities. It's that place that people represent as Lancaster. And we really are creating the place of Lancaster.
And it's not just for the young and it's not just for the old, it's for everyone.
Absolutely. You know, we do celebrate downtown. We have rock concerts hopefully downtown, have farmers markets for a lot of the seniors that live downtown, create an opportunity for delis and markets and shops where people can come and have a different type of environment for shopping. It's not the mall, but it is a traditional downtown that I think people reminisce about. Not only in Lancaster, but every community they live.
Well, I just think those outdoor cafes are so quaint and music in the air. I mean, I think that's what everybody kind of envisions. Or at least that's my community input. No,
yeah. Well,
but everyone's got one.
You're right.
Okay, now let's talk about the construction element here. I mean, we're about to break ground. There's going to be, I assume, bulldozers. There's going to be a little bit of a mess down there for a while.
Absolutely. We're going through the design. We hopefully, in the design process, that's where we take into the business owner's input, is how do we limit the impact on the businesses during construction, but also how do we create a place that demands, a specific quality and location, and that requires digging stuff up. That you got to break some eggs to make an omelet. So to a certain extent, there are going to be some tractors moving around and some backhoes and things like that breaking things up. But with the end goal in mind that it will be a better place as a result.
But I bet downtown business owners have been more than cooperative because they have been waiting for something like this for a very long time.
Absolutely, they've been involved in the process through Phase 1. They're going to be involved in the process through Phase 2 through these committees, and then ongoing as well. Is the hope is to take these 4 committees and make them long-lasting entities through the organization, which is the Lancaster Old Town Site, which is a group of business owners and participants who will take that and make it a long-term venture to stimulate and continue to grow the downtown.
You talked about design, and so I still don't really have an idea of what it's going to look like. Is there a particular design that you're leaning towards?
Well, I think generally there's the idea, and I think we all have the visions in our head, is when we talk about what it's going to be, we can say traditional, historic, whatever it is, but the reality is that we want to create a place where there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of shade, there's wind blocks, there's places to sit, there's nice, the landscaping is good, there's fresh light, there's things to see, it's vibrant.
Did you throw an ocean in there? I mean, this sounds wonderful.
Well, if we could build a beach, we'd
we'd do it if we could.
Yeah. But, it's actually trying to recreate that sense that, it's a nice place to walk and stroll and be.
It's a nice upscale feeling to
Absolutely.
it. Okay,
Absolutely.
Now, the Artist Lofts open July 17th. Mm-hmm. So what are we talking about as far as residents there? They're kind of the flavor of the area.
Well, and there's the Phase 2, and it's not only construction, but it's also getting people downtown. And that takes a couple things. One, it takes a business community who's willing to invest and be entrepreneurs in the downtown. We have that with the owner of the Artist Lofts, and Scott Ehrlich, who's the first real on the boulevard construction project that's going to be opening soon. And this is in addition to a number of different sites that he's going to be developing and building downtown. So it's a partnership. It's a partnership with the city doing some of the public improvements, and then the necessary entrepreneurs who are investing and taking the risks to invest in the downtown and as a private resource. And then the third component is the residents, is the people who live in the community and specifically live downtown. We need to make sure this downtown represents what Lancaster is.
Is this going to be kind of an artist flair to it? Is that just one component?
That's one component of it. I think the creative culture in a community is very important to the community core. We have a lot of different types of people who do different types of business.
Down there, and then there's the museum art gallery right next door. So, I mean, it's going to have that artsy flair to it.
Absolutely. When we think of the quality of life, we think of the creative culture who adds to that quality of life, whether you come into a show at LPAC, whether you're going to go see some pictures and some art at the museum and art gallery, or whether you're seeing a show, whether it's a rock concert or a band that's going to be playing on the corner. That creative culture increases our quality of life. And that's really what we're trying to accomplish.
When are we going to start seeing bulldozers actually tearing things up?
Well, I have a personal deadline, and I think we have some internal deadlines of January that we're going to try to see it. So we've run a hot timeline to get some of the preliminary design done. From that point, we'll go to construction drawings and actually identifying what the sprinkler line is going to look like and what brick paver we're going to pick and all the details of the construction. And then we'll go to bid hopefully in December and start construction in January.
Okay, now I have to ask, do you think there'll be brick pavers on Lancaster Boulevard?
I hope so.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like so
I hope
cool.
so. We'll see what it comes to. But
I'm looking forward to it.
We definitely have one chance to do it right, and we want to do it right so that it's long-lasting and that the quality is there, that you can see when you walk on the street, you can see when you drive on the street. So we have one shot to do it right, and we hope to do it right.
Looking forward to shopping. All right, thank you very much. All right.
That's a pleasure.
You've been listening to Deputy City Manager Jason Caudle, and this is the Lancaster Outlook.